Welcome to the Black Corner, where Black history lives and whitewashing dies. On today's episode, we will be discussing suffragists. If you don't know what suffragists are, they advocate for voting rights to be extended to women. One of the most popular suffragists is Susan B. Anthony. That is the name that people think about the most when we talk about the suffragist movement. However, with that being said, Black women played a major part in this movement. They planned strategies, they had clandestine meetings, they gave out flyers, they just worked really hard. But despite their hard work, Black women were not able to vote until 50 years after the 19th Amendment. 50 years after, folks. So my most favorite Black suffragist is Frances Harper. Frances Harper, I'm sorry, my throat is getting dry. Frances Harper was an abolitionist. She was an educator. She was a suffragist, of course, a poet, a teacher, a writer, just an overall badass. She was born September 24th, 1825, and she died February 22nd, 1911. One of Miss Harper's major concerns was the brutality or the brutal treatment of Black women, including herself. That was the forefront of her advocacy. During her time in the 1800s, she would deliver speeches about, anti-slavery, about, again, the brutality towards Black women, including herself. But she also did a lot of suffragist work. She delivered those speeches as well. And one of her most famous speeches was given in New York in, I believe, 1866. And it was called the "We Are All Bound Together" speech. And in the speech, she demanded equal rights for all, emphasizing the need to raise awareness for Black suffrage while also advocating for women's suffrage, because she was convinced that women's suffrage as a whole could not be achieved unless Black and white women worked together. One of her excerpts of her speech, which is one of my favorites, I'm going to read it, goes like this. "You white women speak here of rights. I speak of wrongs." That is my favorite because it sums up everything, and it just tells a lot. She was, she just didn't know her words would ring so true today. Because as we advocate today for women's rights, right? The rights to control our body, the rights to be able to vote, the rights to earn equal pay. We have to fight together. Like, Black women are a huge voting bloc. We are out here. We are creating these programs. We know the fight. We've been fighting all of our lives. We've been fighting for the Black community. But what needs to happen now is that Black and white women have to stop fighting separate, and we have to unite, because Black women can't do it by themselves. We need white women to work with us. The same is with voting rights. We can't do these things by ourselves. Again, Black women are a huge voting bloc. White women tend to be wishy-washy, no shade, where they're voting. Because if you're still voting for the Republican Party and still voting for these racists and these bigots and these same people who are trying to take women's rights away, who don't think that we need equal pay, then you're doing all of women a disservice. All women of color a disservice, and yourself. So if we don't unite, we're not going to get there. And that is what Frances Harper was saying. Yes, she was saying, I can advocate for Black women, and I am going to advocate for Black women because we do have some separate issues. But until we unite, all of our separate issues and the issues that we face together are never going to be realized. And that was Frances Harper. And this is the end of the Black Corner. I hope you enjoyed it and come back next week. Thank you all. Bye-bye.